It is so good to have you back with me this morning. Those of you who are brand new and have just found my channel, just found possibly this video, welcome and thank you. And for those of you who have been with me for so long, thank you too. Welcome back. Today is going to be something a little bit different. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I have never done a video like this before. I was watching a video in the last day or so by Dominique, and I'm not sure if I'm going to say her name right, but Sachse or Sash. She is a news anchor in Houston, I believe, and has a very large channel here on YouTube. This video was how to achieve a facelift using only makeup. And of course, I had to watch it when it popped up into my feed. Actually, I subscribed to Dominique, so I knew when she posted that video, I knew I wanted to see it. Because as those of you who have been around my channel at all know, I have had nothing done. No fillers, no Botox, no cosmetic procedures, nothing. Not a surgical facelift, nothing. 77 years old, and I've chosen to do this aging just as naturally as I can. So that's what you are looking at. Now, one thing I like about Dominique is she is very upfront with what she has done. And one thing she said in this video when she first starts, and I'm going to link the video and I hope you'll go watch it. But one thing she says is that she just recently had her eyebrows done. And so, and the, is it the microplaning and tattooing, I believe. But I think she has taken us on her adventures in the past when she has had procedures done. And Dominique is in the public eye very definitely, being on TV in a very large metropolitan area. So listen, those of you who know me know I have nothing against it. It is just something that I've chosen not to do for me, which has surprised the heck out of me over the years, if you want to be honest, because as I've said before, I always knew when I was younger that one day I would have a facelift. And I've not, and I'm pretty sure it's very definitely too late for me now. But getting back to the video, Dominique's video, she did one side of her face the old way, and she did one side of her face the new way. The one side of her face was how we typically see makeup being done. It's how we typically wear our makeup. Because, and I think it's because of YouTube makeup tutorials that we see. The other side of her face, she changed completely, and it gave a much more uplifting look. And some of the things that Dominique does, I've been doing for a long time. But what Dominique did is she really took the time to explain what she was doing and why she was doing it to the facelift side. And again, it's a dramatic difference. And as beautiful, absolutely beautiful as Dominique is, her skin, her features, everything about her is beautiful. But she, and listen, if you saw the what I would call the normal makeup, you would still think Dominique was gorgeous and just beautiful and young, and she is young. So remember that. She is applying makeup to a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful complexion. Beautiful everything. So for those of us with flaws, I think this video of Dominique's is a must-see. It's probably, if it's not the best I've ever seen, it's really up there with some of the very best. So I hope you'll go, especially if you're an aging woman. And here's what I'm learning. I'm old, as I said. It's not that I can't. I don't want to look like the young women. I know that for me personally, that's no longer a good look for me. So what I've done is I have my hair pretty much back, but I have my foundation on, and I have some corrector on under my eyes. And that's going to come in another video. But my skin, again, is old, and it's wrinkled, and it's sagging. And even though Dominique's skin is not any of those, she is helping us learn how to address those aging issues, we'll call them. So I told you what I have on. We're going to start with my eyes, and I'm pulling my mirror up here close. I'm going to do most things the way Dominique did them. I may do them in a little bit different order, but most things. Certainly I'm not going to use the product Dominique used because I don't have it. So I'm going to make do with what I have that reminds me or is close to what Dominique used. I will tell you that the CoverGirl eyeshadow palette that Dominique used, I immediately went online to find it. She links it, but it's not the same one. I went back 2 or 3 times and I did a close-up of the palette she shows, but that is it does not appear to be the palette that she links. I'm wondering if maybe the palette that she is using in the video is no longer being made by CoverGirl. Maybe this new one that she is linking is maybe a newer version of it, but I'm going to continue to look for that original one. Okay, let's go. I'm going to start tight lining my eyes, and again, she only did one side. I'm going to do both sides, and I'm using Wet n Wild Breakup Proof eyeliner, and this is in black brown, and it's a roll-up pencil. And Dominique starts by lining into her lashes underneath, and this is what I do. A lot of times you see me pulling my eye up, Dominique talks about how when we age, our eyes, and for some of us, we are naturally, our eyes, our brows, our eyes are downturned, and even our lips, and how we can correct that. And one of the things she says, and I have this too, this is something that I have been doing for many, many, many years, is I'm not, and you've seen this, I don't go way out with my eyeliner, with my eyeshadow. I don't wing it out. And if it's difficult for you to get up under your lashes the way she does, you can do what I usually do and just slightly pull your eye up, your eyelid. Okay, I'm going to go back, and because I didn't do my brows, Dominique did her brows first, and she used, I believe, an Anastasia brow palette. I have this Profusion from a long time ago that I am going to use, and it has a pencil, it has all kinds of things in it, but mainly a spoolie. And this is something else that I've always done for many years, is I don't, now I have virtually no eyebrows. They're very blonde, and they're starting to disappear on the inner corner. I have them on the outer corner, but you just can't see them. So what Dominique says mainly is do not extend your tail down like it would naturally grow close to the corner of your eye, because that pulls your face down, your eyes down. What she says is to go out and right where it arches, take it out to the side more than down. We are, as I said, there is a pencil, but I'm not going to use it. She used, I think, powder. And so in this, you can see there was this brush, and there's tweezers, and there's 2 shades of powder. There's a wax, and there's a light color. So I am going to go with and she took a really long time on this. So see how I took my eyebrow out rather than down. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I shave off most of the tail of my brow because it does grow down. And because I'm losing all of this, I'm filling in here on that inner corner. And I'm really doing this with a light hand, and or a light touch. I'm working around a lot of wrinkles. I've read before where our eyebrows are not supposed to be twins, they're supposed to be sisters. And you know, I have wrinkles over here. I have some lines coming down. So I'm having to, whoops, turn my light off, there we go. I'm having to go across lines that Dominique didn't have to go across. But I'm doing the best I can with what I have. Okay. Back to the eyes. As I said, she was using that CoverGirl palette. I'm using the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Rose palette. I think it has some similar colors. This is what it looks like. One thing that Dominique talks about is using your dark color properly. And so I am using in this palette one that I use all the time, and you can see from the indentation, it's called Soul. And I'm getting just a little on my brush. And I am going, just patting it in all over my eyelid. But I'm going up a little bit over my brow. I'm not extending it out here. Now I'm patting mainly because my eyelids are crinkly and crepey. She reminded me of something that I know most of us know already, is when you put anything light on your face or on your eyes, it pulls it forward. When you put something dark, it recedes it. So I'm not interested in my eyelids being right there. I see a lot on YouTube, especially, and in real life, back when I was out and about, the brow bone actually being very light and it just sticks way out. And that's never been a look that I like for me. It just doesn't look good. And as Dominique says, as mature women, we can definitely wear dark colors. It's how we apply them. I tell you what, I'm gonna pull in right now so that you can actually see, if I rub my skin, the wrinkle on my eyelid. Hopefully you can see it right there. So I am just going to pat that out. And I need a little bit more. I'm going just a little bit darker up into my crease. One of my eyes is lower than the other one, so I have to try to adjust for it with my shadow. I'm wiping my brush off, and again, I want to blend that. I just don't want any sharp edges or lines. You know, I'm seeing younger girls start to do a much softer eye look. Now, something she did too is, and I've changed brushes to a smaller brush, she did just a slight, went up just a slight little bit, and you know what? Even though I changed brushes, I'm not going to do that. That might work for you, but it didn't work. It doesn't work for me. And I'm patting my shadow, but I'm turning my brush so that the side the shadow is on is up, and that's where I'm darkening, if you can see that. They're not going to be as perfect as hers. And I believe this is the point where she did her liner up under her lashes. And I'm doing the same thing again. Just not pulling it out to the point of pulling my eye down. And I boo-booed. Oh, and she did put the tiniest little bit of shadow right under of white or a light shadow, and I'm going to use this color Haze right there. These are the two shadows I use the most in this palette. Just barely under. And blend. And I'm going to go into this darkness right here with that same light color, because it's pretty dark on me. think we're good. I'm going to do my mascara. Okay, she advised and did not do it, but again, she is so beautiful that she didn't have to do it. But today, I'm not going to line my lower lid with liner. I'm going to use the shadow, which she didn't do, but I'm going to put just a tiny little bit just right under my lash line. And I'm not going all the way to the end of my eye. Again, don't want to pull this down. I'll tell you a personal story. Years ago, I realized, and I don't know what I was watching, but I realized that I loved the way Jane Fonda did her eyes, or her makeup artist did her eyes. I liked the shape of her eyes. And I just really started studying it and playing around. And I think over the years, that's what I've gravitated to, because that's what looks good on me. And, you know, you may want to consider doing that same thing. Find someone who has the same general shape of eyes that you have and study what they're doing. Try it. Experiment with it. Play with it. Dominique did not do this, but I'm using the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. She used a little magnetic lash on the very end, which I'm not going to use today. I have wiped as much of this off as I can off of the brush, and then what I'm going to do is take a little spoolie brush, and you can use, oops, there's a hair on it. You can use an old mascara wand that you've washed. And I'm brushing the majority of that out. Got a little dry. She also curled her lashes, which I'm not doing. Let me tell you someone else, if you haven't noticed, who has really softened their look here on YouTube. And that is Tammy. She used to be Uppy's Beads. I think her channel now is Tammy's Ageless Beauty. Tammy has, as she's aging, as we all are, Tammy has really, I think, changed her look. And to a much, much softer look. And let me tell you, for those of us who are really older and we were really into makeup and we loved a lot of makeup and we loved that, just that look, and you know what I'm talking about. This is a very difficult change to make. It's not about having someone really young telling you how you should look. It's about how you want to look. And I will tell you too, when I really start getting mascara on the very ends of my lashes over here, that brings my eye down. When I do use false lashes, which I rarely do anymore, I don't put them all the way out like that because I know that it pulls my eye down. Okay, Dominique talked about contour and where to put contour. And again, a different kit than she was using. This is an old one that I have. It's the Anastasia Contour Kit. That's what I'm going to use. It looks like this. And this is something else I've learned. As I'm aging, I need, and I always do, I bring my blusher up higher. I bring my little bit of contour. If I do contour, I bring that up higher. Also, something that I've been doing for the past probably 5 years because my skin is really starting to sag and I'm getting these jowls, is I'm contouring where my jowls are. I'm changing my chin line. I normally do a combination of these two colors. I just swipe my brush across both of them. And if you really looked at them, you could see they're both dented in. But I'm doing just a little bit of contour up high. Not much. Because I'm telling you, my face is starting to sink in. I don't want to be hollow looking. I'm going to go ahead and get under here and just leave no sharp lines. Again, I'm not sure what it's going to look like in the camera when I go to edit. I can see it, but I can see much better in my mirror what I'm doing. And then for blush, I'm going to use, I can't remember what she used, but I'm using Milani Luminoso. Looks like that. And I'm going up high on my cheek. We've always heard that we should put our blush on the apple of our cheek, and when we're young, that's a beautiful look. But when we're older and old like I am, putting it there, that's great if you're smiling real big, but when your face is rested, it's going to be down here. That's not pretty. Okay. I'm going to use concealer, and I'm going to, under my eyes, and I'm going to use the Doll 10 TCE. This covers everything. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. I've got this brush in here, we'll use it. And I'm just patting it. Alright, now I'm going to very lightly set the whole business with powder, and I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. So I am just dipped it, tapping it off. I really don't want much. Just to set it. And I think what that does for me is it just softens everything to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines. Lips. She totally, now Dominique was born with the most gorgeous big lips you've ever seen in your life, and she totally changed the shape of her lips. I was blessed with some of the smallest lips in the world, so I have to exaggerate my lips just a little bit, or I don't have to, but I like to. And this is my old favorite, and the reason this is my favorite is because I love these colors on me. I like, you see me use this all the time. I've used it since I've had my YouTube channel. The Rimmel Cafe au Lait liner and the Milani 09 Pink Frost lipstick. So I don't really go outside the line as much as I define the line, because where my skin is sagging on this side of my face, my lip has pretty much disappeared over here, my lip line. And I don't go all the way into the corner. If I had big lips, or tried to make myself look like I had big lips, I would look like a clown. I know that. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. I try to put this lipstick on so that it smudges out that lip liner, the line of it. I'm going to have to do something. I can't stand it, Dominique. I'm going to have to do something about these the liner on my bottom lashes. I just need it. I need it. I'm going to do a little, not much, just a little. I'm not going to go all the way to the end of my eye. I'll take a Q-tip and smudge it. I like that better. Something else she did too, and I have one of these. Mine is just by NYX, the Wonder Pencil. It's sort of like a pale pinky. And Dominique went around her lips. And I do that from time to time. And I just, I think it gives, if I could have a pouty look at 77, maybe a little bit of a pouty look, I try to blur out that line. Okay. The last thing I'm going to do, Dominique did not do this, but because I'm old and because I'm did put powder, I'm going to use a setting spray, just a tiny little bit. It's the Morphe Continuous Mist setting spray. And again, just a small amount. And that's it. Well, Dominique, my skin is old. It has a lot of lines, a lot of wrinkles, a lot of sagging. I like it. I really do like it. I tell you, it's not that different from what I've learned to do on my own. But for those of you who really are looking for a good look for you, this video of Dominique's has so much good information in it. I encourage you to go to Dominique's channel and watch it. Someone else here on YouTube that I really do admire, she's younger also, but I love the way she is actually a trained makeup artist, and I love the way she does makeup for aging skin, for aging women, much older women, and that is Nicole Johnson. I will link both of those. In fact, I placed an order recently with Nicole. She has her own makeup line. I want to thank you for being so kind and watching my videos. Know that I love you. Know that I appreciate you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.